Good morning, good morning, good morning. So this morning, I literally, I was like, I have no idea what I'm gonna do this morning, and then all of a sudden, whoop, breaking news. I'm still, whoop, excuse me, whoop, I'm still shocked at what I heard, and I have never heard this. Now, look, a lot of people have a lot of different names for Kevin Durant: the Durantula, the Slim Reaper, the thin-skinned superstar. He is all of them. But this, what he said, almost deserves a new nickname. This is the thing that you probably should say to your bosses, but in real life, it would never go over really well. Yeah, I'm not coming back to work unless you fired him. I can't work with them. You got to get rid of them. That's basically what Kevin Durant did. He walked in and really had a conversation that said, look, you're either going to get rid of me or you're going to get rid of Marks and Steve Nash. That's bold. Like I said, that's that one thing that you just don't really say. But in real life, I have a feeling Kevin Durant just created a snowball. Now I have a feeling somebody, I want to say I don't know, some person in Subway, some person says, will be like, you know what, man? Hey, come here. You either fire me or you fire them because they clowns. I can't work with them. How does that work for Kevin Durant? That's putting him in a situation. It's like, are you kidding? Did you really just say that to us? Like for real? Okay. So let's journey into what he said just a little bit. Kevin Durant should be traded. If I were the Nets, I'm looking at it like this: 3 years, and you gave him his money that he requested, and now he wants to go. Okay, I made an investment in this player. You know why I'd get rid of him? The last 3 years, he didn't play the whole first year because he was hurt. He wasn't himself the second year. And then he didn't play all games last year. So everything about Kevin Durant says, yes, he's great. But, okay, wait, hold on. What'd you say, Anthony? Do you think the Nets would be better without Nash? I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that. You're jumping ahead. Okay. So, yes, I completely agree with you. But we all knew this. That's why we were wondering why Steve Nash didn't get fired this summer, because it's like, okay, wait, you got Steve Nash, who's a really nice guy. But we just found out that he's not that leader that we all thought he was. Now, if you tell me Goran Dragic becomes a coach, no problem. They should have a chance to do it instead of hiring Steve Nash. Stephen A. Smith and me, we're both correct, bro. Somebody tag Stephen A. Smith on this one. Because me and Stephen A. were both like, even though Stephen A. went about it wrong, saying that that was a race hire, they only hired him because he's a nice white guy. Stephen A., that was kind of wrong, but kind of right. He's a real nice Canadian. He's a very nice Canadian guy. He can't lead troops. It all started when Kyrie said, "Yeah, there's no coaches here." What? What do you mean? There's no coaches here? And then come to find out that Steve Nash was that Kyrie Irving didn't get the shot because he didn't want to coach him anymore. That's two. And now three. Kevin Durant was supposed to be the one that liked you. But now you had both your superstars who aren't even friends anymore. Kevin Durant and Kyrie both disagree with your hire. This comment that he made last night, it doesn't speak volumes about Kevin Durant. Why? Because Kevin Durant, I don't want to say Kevin Durant is an oddball, but Kevin Durant is different. What I mean by different is he really just don't care. Kevin Durant don't care. And Kevin Durant's going to do Kevin Durant things. And this is the thing he wants. I didn't even think about this trade possibility until I saw it yesterday. This is not one of the teams that I saw him going to. I thought, man, he'd be good on the Lakers because the way the Lakers do things, I know that might sound funny, but just the way weird trades happen, I still think he'd be great in Washington with Bradley Beal. Call me crazy. And what was the other team I thought? I didn't like the Phoenix idea. I definitely don't like the Miami idea because everybody says, oh, Kevin Durant is different. He plays defense. No, he doesn't. Kevin Durant is an opportunity defender. He's usually at the right place at the right time because of his the way as long as he is and athletic as he is, he's not a great defender. He's always at the right place at the right time. That does not mean he's great. I know that sounds weird. Like a great defender, somebody who will go out their way to be a great defender, Kawhi. LeBron in Miami. Dwayne Wade. Those are great defenders. This LeBron James in LA, he's statistically one of the worst defenders in the league now. He just doesn't care to play defense anymore. One of the reasons why I stopped liking LeBron. Okay, what you got for me, man? That if Nash leaves, KD and Kyrie will stay. Man, who wants Kyrie to stay? I have so many podcasts on why Kyrie is not a great player. LeBron James has now reverted to being Kyrie. He only plays on one side of the court. But it's on both sides of the court that you earn your greatness. Let's look at Bill Russell. There's never been a question about his greatness. Let's look at Kobe. There's never been a question about his greatness. The only bad, negative thing anybody's ever said about Kobe is he's a ball hole. But Kobe's played both sides of the court. Michael Jordan. The one negative thing I used to say is, early in his career, he couldn't shoot threes. He wasn't in an era where they shot threes. I mean, Kyrie Irving. He had one good shot in the finals. That was it. Now, like I said, Kevin Durant is an opportunity defender. And I think I would love to coin that phrase if I can. You saying Ben is better than Kyrie? Absolutely. As a point guard, Ben Simmons is a way better point guard than Kyrie Irving. He's better at passing. He's a much better. Okay, let's talk about real quick because we're talking about Kevin Durant, but we'll talk about this real quick. So not Kevin Durant, Ben Simmons in that Atlanta series that everybody says it's his fault that the 76ers lost, right? Does everybody realize that that was Ice Trey's worst series in his career? and Ben Simmons picked him up from the front all the way to the backcourt. He full court ice tray. In the final game, wasn't that dude like 6 for 27? He could not score on Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, I keep saying this, Ben Simmons is the best defender at point guard in the league by far. It's not even close, by far. That's why if you add Ben Simmons with Kevin Durant, and I hate to say this, but Warren is perfect with Kevin Durant because he's not going to demand attention on the court. He's not that great of a defender, but he can score a little bit. So you got a guy who can score 20 points and then Kevin Durant who can score 30 on shooting 14 shots when he's healthy. Because this has now been a problem the last 3, now going into 4 years for Kevin Durant. But like I was saying, all the teams that everybody keeps putting Kevin Durant on, the one that made sense, and like I said, I didn't come up with this, I just heard this yesterday, the 76ers. So something tells me that either James Harden basketball IQ is higher than I thought it was, and he saw Steve Nash as a clown show, or he's a quitter. Because, I mean, we've seen that dude quit mid-game, after the game, before the game, during the season, after the season, and before the season. We've seen James Harden quit in almost every single scenario. In this situation, I think he was right to leave. I absolutely think he was right to leave. And Kevin Durant said, you know what? I remember when James Harden here, the offense flow a lot better. At least James Harden, and this is James Harden's the big Luther years. So it's like James Harden's not the James Harden we know. And one of the reasons why he left the Nets is because Kyrie said, dude, you're not good anymore. I'll be the 2 guard, you be the point. And I think it was a week after that was reported, then he decided to get traded. So I still can't believe Kevin Durant went to them and said, yeah, you got to get rid of Marks and Nash or trade me. I still can't believe it. But at the same time, they should have hired Mark Jackson for that job in Brooklyn. First of all, we all know ain't nobody going to be cussing. I think that's one of the reasons why they didn't hire him. Because Mark Jackson has a certain standard. Look, even Steph Curry and Clay and Draymond, notice they didn't cuss when Mark Jackson was there. And as soon as Steve Kerr came, it was balls to the wall, and we don't care. We're going to be exactly who we are. Mark Jackson set a certain standard that kept them locked in, and then as soon as Steve Kerr came and unlocked them. You know what? Okay, for those of you who understand, Anthony Price, he says Katie to Philly might not work. It will be Katie team and not Embiid. That's actually where I kind of disagree. Because I just have this feeling that Kevin Durant physically is just not the guy. He's not that guy anymore. I really feel that Kevin Durant is just not that guy anymore. Now, Embiid, he's one of my top 10 guys to hate on right now because the dude talks a whole lot and he ain't done a whole lot. I get the whole him going on to Rihanna thing. I get that. I mean, Rihanna is a beautiful lady. Who wouldn't want to take a shot at Rihanna if they had a shot? You take a shot. I get that. My biggest problem with Joel Embiid is every time there's something wrong with somebody, I don't know if he goes to this person, but he definitely goes on social media or he goes and he talks to the media. Like it's just like Ben Simmons did not deserve to be treated like that. I don't care what anybody sit there goes like, you gonna tell me it's okay for a whole team of people to not be the best at their position to sit there and say that Ben Simmons is trash and then to go on a TV because he doesn't like to shoot. You know who else really doesn't really shoot all that well? Giannis. He's a hustle guy. I think if Ben Simmons hustled a little bit more, there'd be less questions about it. But right now, Ben Simmons, I love you on the court, but that's where you need to be. Forget what everybody's saying about you. You got fans, bro. Just get on the court and D them up. That's how you shut up these people, by getting on the court and winning ball games. I don't care if you went in the first place and lost to Atlanta. I don't care about all that. Because truth be told, if Joel Embiid was the MVP back then, instead of blaming you, because you didn't command the ball, you didn't take that many shots. You put everybody in the right situation to succeed, including Joel Embiid. But it's not your fault. Look, every time Joel Embiid got hurt when you were there, what were you doing? Triple-double. People keep forgetting Ben Simmons used to average a triple-double when Joel Embiid was hurt. His numbers only went down when Joel Embiid was in the lineup. So you don't think Ben Simmons, TJ Warren, and KD could work? I think they could work. But this is the first time you're ever going to hear me say this. I agree with Kevin Durant. Nash is not the guy. I'm still wondering why. Okay, you got swept because you couldn't make adjustments. Your team looked, I want to say, piss poor on the court, and that includes Kevin Durant. When you were the coach against the Boston Celtics, and yes, the Boston Celtics went to the finals. Boston Celtics were not that great. The only reason why they beat Miami is because Jimmy Butler missed a three. And Jimmy Butler, Bam, showed up in the series defensively, but not offensively. I need to see more from Bam just because I'm a fan of Miami. Well, let's just keep it real. The Bucks are winning that series if our guy doesn't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Fred Middleton, if he doesn't get hurt, Boston ain't beating him. But I'm not gonna play what ifs. Congratulations on the Boston Celtics losing to the Warriors in the finals. Congratulations. I'm not mad. I'm really not. All right, y'all. It's 6:28. I gotta jump in here. I just gotta throw on my shirt and my back brace and get up in here. Yeah, man. Thank you, Anthony, for the comments, dude. I feel like I want to do something personally, just talking about Steve Nash after work. So I think that's what I may do. But tune in tonight. It's me and Big Chief Daddy. He's gonna give me his point of view. Yo. So Big Chief Daddy's gonna give me his point of view on what he saw in the Raider Jacksonville game. I know what y'all saying, man. Really, the preseason game? Look, if y'all want to know how preseason works, you only watch the first quarter and a half because that's all that matters. All the starters are going to be out. Let me rephrase. 90% of the starters are going to be out after halftime. By the start of the fourth quarter, there should be no starters. Those are bench guys. Those are guys fighting to get into the NFL. The whole nine. Either way, cheers to you guys. Good morning, good evening, and good night. I hate this because I said that and I didn't have it queued up to just press play. But go ahead, y'all.